Cincinnati. And we check out the Padres starting lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Luis Urias will lead it off at second base, with Francisco Mejia batting second, doing the catching. It is Hunter Renfroe in left field batting third. Eric Hosmer at first base, with Will Myers at third base. Franmil Reyes getting the start in right field, with Freddie Galvis at shortstop. Manuel Margot in center field bats eighth, and Brett Kennedy, the pitcher, out of the 9 spot, still looking for that first major league hit. Anthony DeScafina is on the mound tonight for
He's allowed just 1 run in 14 innings in 2 career starts against the Padres. This 28-year-old making his 17th start. He's most definitely the Reds' best starter. And there's where you see the fastball, the slider, and the changeup. Not the curveball quite a bit, but one thing, he's got to stay on top of his pitches to really be effective. He's been throwing the ball really, really well for the Cincinnati Red team. Checking out the defense for these Reds. Brought to you by San Diego Cadillac dealers. Peraza at shortstop, 19 errors, most at that position in the National League. Suarez will be at third base, Jeanette at second, Joey Votto at first. Tucker Barnhart will be behind the plate in the outfield. It'll be Irvin in left, Williams in center, and Schebler in right.
DeSclafani ready to go here for the Cincinnati Reds. Urias standing in to get it started tonight. Padres and Reds finally getting it going. DeSclafani ready to work, and the first pitch of the ball game is going to miss inside for ball 1. Urias 171 coming in with a home run, 3 runs batted in. In there for a strike, 1-1. DeSclafani has allowed just 1 run in 14 innings in 2 career starts against the Padres. 1-0 with a 0.64 ERA, and has held the Padres to just a 188 average. Since the end of July, the Reds have won 6 of DeSclafani's 7 starts. 3-1 individually, a 3.19 earned run average for DeSclafani. Urias will take strike 2. Now, the forecast for the weekend is not pretty. I mean, starting tonight, there was a chance it wasn't going to stop until Sunday. So good that we are playing baseball here tonight. Urias goes around and strikes out, 1 down. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, with DeSclafani on the hill, it's going to be tough. He's got the best numbers, I would say, for their starting pitcher. So crooked numbers early against this right-hander, and also keep 1, 2, and 3 off base. We mentioned it last night, but for the Reds, you got the league leader in hits and average, batting 4th. That's Jeanette. You got Suarez 5th. So keep Schebler, Peraza, and Votto off the bases for those 2 guys.
The start for Francisco Mejia last night, getting his first start, and starts again tonight. Kind of get the feeling that he earned his way to get another start here tonight after last night.
Absolutely, good call. And I'm really anxious to see how DeSclafani is going to go after him. I think he's going to get a heavy dose of breaking balls. He's not going to get a fastball to hit, I would think. He turned around 2 fastballs last night, going to left center field and going down the right field line with authority.
22-year-old acquired by the Padres for Brad Hand. Sends one foul down the left field line, out of play. Number 1 catching prospect in baseball. Not really known as being a big power hitter. He's 5'10", 175 pounds, but
he packs some punch, though.
That's a quick bat, too. Turns on this, lines it to right, and that's in for a base hit. Right in front of Schebler. Base hit for Mejia with 1 down here in the first inning.
And once again, quick to that home run last night, down and in for the, for that. Now watch how quick he is here. Gets his hands in near the buttons on that jersey. Get out of my kitchen. Good part of the bat on that baseball, and it dumps in there for a safety for Mejia. There goes the no-hitter.
1 out, 1 on brings up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe batting in the 3 spot. Different looking top 3 here in the Padres order tonight. Urias leading it off as they check at first base on Mejia, gets back to the bag. Barnhart not afraid to throw anywhere. But you got Urias leading it off. Then you got Mejia and Renfroe, top 3 hitters in the Padres order. Very different from what we have seen for the majority of the year. That's a strike, and it evens at 1-1.
So Andy Green splitting it up with the switch hitter Mejia batting second. It's right, left, and then right, be left for Galvis. So kind of splitting it up a little bit against DeSclafani.
Chop left side by Suarez and into left field. A base hit for Renfroe. Well, that could be a double play ball if Suarez is able to come up with that ball down at third base, but it gets through, and the Padres have 2 on with 1 away.
This looks like a makeable play on the short hop there, and it gets by Suarez. This will give us another look here. It's a base hit. Looks like the Padres could possibly be on their way to putting up crooked numbers here in the first inning.
2 on, 1 away. Eric Hosmer coming up. How hard is it as a starting pitcher to sit for 2.5 hours during a rain delay and then try to get yourself mentally ready to pitch?
I think the big thing is that he did not start to warm up early. Then they start to bang it and wait, right? So I think that's fine. And you get antsy, but still, as soon as you don't throw in that first pitch to get hot in the bullpen, I think if the delay, he's been around a long time. I don't think it should be a factor maybe for a lot of pitchers. Sure, you want to get out there and start on time, but you'll get antsy. I think all the pitchers should be good to go. Starters.
So instead of the 6:40 start time tonight, turns out to be 9:15
yeah.
locally. Pitch in there for a strike to Hosmer, and it evens at 1-1.
And plus nowadays we have the technology to where as a pitcher you're getting updates every 10-15 minutes, maybe even up to the minute. Hey, take it easy, go relax, you've got plenty of time.
Yeah, that was a first for me, I think, being told that at the very least we were 90 minutes out.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a pretty long amount of time to be out.
I think it's the first time in my baseball career where I actually saw the fireworks before the game.
That's right. There was a fireworks night here tonight, and they had the fireworks towards the end of the rain delay.
Yeah.
Apparently a time limit here in the area as well. I couldn't do it after midnight, and I guess there's a pretty good chance we're going after midnight tonight here in Cincinnati. With a 9:15 start time locally. He at second, Renfroe at first, 1 down here in the Padres' first inning. Hosmer lines it into left field for a base hit. Mejia being waved around. Here's the throw from Irvin in left field. It is going to be up the line, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. Eric Hosmer drives in the game's first run. 1-0 San Diego. 3 straight hits for the Padres and a run.
As soon as this ball was struck, it's sharply struck, right? Well out of the reach of Peraza. Remember, it's been raining for a good hour and a half or so. The outfield still kind of slick, still kind of wet. So as an outfielder, you never know. Does Irvin have the really good grip on this baseball? Well, Glenn Hoffman's saying, you know what? I'm going to have him prove to us that he can throw you out. He gives him the green light. He scores easily. Padres get on the board. Stuck like a lawn dart at home plate. Did you see that?
Anywhere, yeah. 2 on here, 1 away, a run in. Will Myers. Well, take ball 1. We'll add 253 to start the night into double figures in home runs now at 10. 31 runs driven in. Up the middle, and it'll find its way to center field. Renfroe being waved around. He will score, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead. Will Myers, seeing eye single back up the middle into center field, and the Padres lead it 2-0.
Well, how about that? Isn't it nice to see just what you said, a seeing eye single rather than a ball hit directly at one of the defenders for Cincinnati? Even though they're kind of bunching a little bit up the center of the diamond, just out of the reach. And that's a good sign that Glenn Hoffman's got that arm working the old windmill in that coach's box, third base line, sending them home.
Pitching coach Danny Darwin heading out there to talk to DeSclafani. who has allowed 4 straight hits and 2 runs after a strikeout of Urias to begin the inning.
You know, for a pitching coach to go out there and talk to him, I think the one thing that he might say to him is like, hey, dude, look, it's not like they're like rifling the baseball all around the ballpark. You gave up a couple of hits infield, seeing eye single up the center, you know, you hit the ball on the ground, whatever. I think that's kind of the mental thing that a pitching coach goes out and just tries to calm a pitcher down in a situation like this.
2 on, 2 in, 1 out, and it brings up Franmil Reyes. Reyes will take strike 1. It's a 258 coming in. 15 home runs now for Reyes, and 23 runs batted in. That's out of the 6th spot in the Padres order.
How sweet would it be for Franmil to end up the season with 20? Wouldn't that be nice?
Got a pretty good shot. There's a broken back grounder right side. Jeanette is going to go to first, and they just do get Reyes. So Reyes retired 4-3. Runners move along. Hosmer to third, Myers to second on the ground out. Broken back grounder.
That's that slider that DeSclafani likes to throw. Down and into lefties, down and away, glove side to the right-handers, and that's off the end of the bat. In fact, I think I saw a little kindling going out towards the infield. That ball was off the cupped, balanced bat.
2 down, 2nd and 3rd for Freddie Galvis. Switch hitting shortstop, batting from the left side against the right-hander. Official time on the delay, 2 hours and 37 minutes. As Galvis swings and misses, 0-2.
What did you do with your delay time?
I ate some stuff.
You think?
Yeah.
You want to hear the list?
No, I really don't.
You know what? We'll call it a tease. Stay tuned. ...
I didn't plan on the delay. A couple things I didn't plan on. But it ended up being quite a feast. I know that. One and 2 to Freddie Galvis.
So what a great RBI opportunity right here for Freddie. 2 looks really good. 4 would be awesome here in the first.
Outfield pretty much straight away. Pitch 25 in this first inning for DeSclafani. And a swing and a miss. Galvis strikes out to end the inning, but the Padres come up with 2 runs in the first inning. RBI single for Eric Hosmer, taken to the other way. RBI single for Will Myers up the middle. Padres enjoy a 2-0 lead after half an inning. Padres baseball brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. And by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. Welcome back to Great American Ballpark. Good start tonight for the Padres. They scored twice in the top of the first inning, and the Cincinnati Reds coming up in the bottom of the first inning. Well, on the hill tonight for the Padres, Brett Kennedy.
24-year-old making his 5th start. Last 3 for Brett. A 2.8 ERA, which has been nice. 1-0 record. Opponent's hitting .250 off the right-hander.
There's a 2-0 advantage before he throws the first pitch, and there is his first pitch, missing for ball 1. 6th start of the year for Kennedy. Last 9 games, Padres pitching very good. 6-3, 2.57 earned run average. Scott Schebler leads it off here for the Reds and fouls it back. Let's check out the rest of the Reds starting 9. Schebler leading it off for Jim Riggleman, the former Padres skipper. Schebler in right, Peraza at short, Votto at first, Jeanette at second, Suarez at third with Williams in center. Barnhart does the catching, Irvin in left, DeSclafani, the pitcher, bats out in the 9th spot for the Reds. That is strike 2.
Well, we've said it every time that Brett has towed the slab out there. He's got to move the fastball around. He's got to work on the corners. You know, throwing balls down the middle of the plate like in AAA. Sometimes you can get away with that, but at the big league level, there's a Reds team that is 3rd in the National League in average. Chances are they're going to put the ball in play. Look at the arsenal of Brett Kennedy. Fastball, slider, changeup. Darren Balsley said he's got to stay on top of all of his pitches. If he works around it or underneath it, it has a tendency to flatten out on him, and that's where he can get hurt.
Chopped up the middle. It is Galvis in a shift. The throw is dug out, but it's late, and Schebler is aboard. Well, Hosmer did a nice job picking that out of the dirt, but beating it out is Schebler.
Schebler getting down the line nicely. This high chopper, now Freddie's got to get to it. He's playing the shift. Then he's got to transfer and then throw when he's going away from the base that he's throwing to. Safe on the pick, and a nice job by Hosmer preventing that ball possibly going into the dugout of the Cincinnati Reds.
Padres going to challenge. I think they got him. So a challenge here in the first inning. And I think they got him.
I think they got him. I think you're right, Donald. You know, at first I thought that he was safe, but watch when the ball hits the glove right there.
He hasn't gotten there yet. Schebler is going to be out. We'll see here if they overturn it. Call on the field was safe. First base umpire Chris Siegel made the call, and he is now out at first base. Overturned. Nicely done.
That's a big league play by both ends, bookends. Freddie Galvis, Eric Hosmer.
So 6-3 on the putout. 1 down here in the first inning. And it brings up Jose Peraza, the shortstop. Peraza starting the night hitting at .288 coming in. Double figures in home runs now for the Red shortstop. Ted Homer. It's 46 runs batted in. Brett Kennedy beating the Rockies 7-0 last Friday. Pitched 6 shutout innings. Prior to that start, the Padres had lost each of Kennedy's first 4 major league starts. And individually have been 0-2. An ERA over 7. So trying to replicate what he did last time out.
Got to work that sinker down in the zone. Elevate. We know that this day and age, hitters will swing pitches up and out of the zone. Even down and out of the zone with that slider. His fastball, it's only 91.5 miles an hour. average. Major league average is 93. And not a lot of spin rate also. I know we talk a lot about spin rate and stuff, but it's, you know, sinker ballers tendency don't have the high spin rate as a four-seam pitcher. But he's got to stay on top of that pitch and let it work.
Broken back grounder over the mound towards second. Urias to first for out number 2.
Take a look at the defense. We've seen some spectacular defense already in this game for the Padres. It's brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Urias, Luis at second base. Eric Hosmer at first base. Freddie Galvis at shortstop. Will Myers will be at third base, putting down the signs. Francisco Mejia in the outfield. In left field, Hunter Renfroe. Manuel Margot in center. Franmil Reyes will be in right for San Diego.
2 down here in the first inning brings up Joey Votto. That's in the 3 spot tonight. Lines one into right field for a base hit. Jumping on the first pitch he sees. 2-out single. First hit of the game for the Cincinnati Reds.
Joey Votto, who knows the strike zone, likes to work the count. A first pitch breaking ball. What great recognition of pitches. Knows the strike zone. Scalds that one to right field, and there goes the no-hitter.
So 2 down. Votto at first brings up Scooter Gennett, who had last night off. Totes a .320 batting average, 22 home runs, 84 runs batted in. Trying to win a batting title here.
Yep.
Leading the National League with the .320 average, looking to become the first Reds batting champion since Pete Rose back in 1973. He's been hot lately. Last 9 games at .459. Hard numbers, 17 for 37.
Pete Rose, huh?
Yeah, 1973.
Wow.
Last Red to do it. Important for Kennedy tonight early in this outing. 12 of the 16 runs that Kennedy has allowed have come in the first 2 innings. First 2 innings, you get a 10.80 earned run average.
Ouch. Yeah, that's got to stop. He knows that.
2.40 ERA after the second inning.
Going into tonight's game for Scooter Gennett, he only leads Christian Yelich by 4 percentage point, or 320 to 316 for Yelich. So that's 4 points, right? 320 to 316.
Yes.
So my math is correct.
Foul back. 2-2. Your phone has a calculator, you know, just in case.
Yeah.
Scooter Gennett batting with 2 down. Joey Votto at first base. Big gap out in right center field right now for Gennett. See Margot over into left center. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Gennett to end the first inning. Nice first for Brett Kennedy. 2-0 Padres after 1.
Plus, get weekly stats, roster updates, and much, much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everybody.
Sclafani giving up a couple runs in the first inning. Back out there to start the second, and Manuel Margot leading it off. Grounding one to deep short. Long throw here for Peraza, and it's in time. Wow. We'll see here. The Padres going to challenge again. They still have their challenge. And that appeared to be very close. We'll see here.
You know, Don, I'm going to go out on a limb. My initial reaction was that he beat it out. It was safe. Very close, yes.
I got safe. They are going to challenge. Second Padres challenge early in this game. Won the first one. I think they're going to win the second one. And again, it's Chris Siegel, unfortunately, at first base.
Votto stretches.
Ooh.
Now remember, it's when the ball hits the back of the glove.
See if they're going to overturn this or not. They have come to a decision. And he is safe at first base, so it is overturned. So the Padres won both challenges here. That's a base hit for Manuel Margot. Nice bid either way, though, by Peraza. Very long throw from deep short. So a couple of challenges by the Padres. They've won them both. Margot at first base to begin things here in the second inning. It brings up the pitcher, Brett Kennedy. 0 for 7 at the plate in the big leagues. Squaring and almost took that one in the chest. Pulls it back and takes it low. 2-0. Well, didn't offer at it, but takes a strike. Throw to first and back to the bag safely is Margot. Bunted at it to first base hard. Going to second base for one. Back to first for two. Now Votto charging in, able to get that lead runner, and it turns into a DP. Bunted right at him as it turned out.
Yeah, because it was bunted so hard, you get the lead runner because it's a forced play. Everybody's in motion. There's the one hopper, and Votto's already positioning himself. Did you see him position himself even before he got to that baseball? That left shoulder towards second base, fire, and then the back end, plenty of time, flat-footed to get Brett Kennedy.
Jeanette covering first base, so it is a 3 to 6 to 4 double play. 2 down here in the second. And Urias will take a pitch for ball 1. Urias struck out swinging in the first inning. 1 of 2 Ks for DeSclafani. Padres scoring twice in the first inning. Had 4 hits in the first. That's in there for a strike. Strike 2 right at the bottom of the zone. Urias didn't think so. Outside, 2-2.
Well, likes to throw that slider anytime, DeSclafani. Down and away to that right-hander. That's his glove side. He's got the high arm slot. He needs to work the corners. Looks like he's going there here. Yep.
There's a drive to left field, but Irvin will have room. Backpedaling to the dirt of the track. Makes the catch in left field to end the inning. 2-0 Padres.
As Brett Kennedy goes out for his second inning of work, a couple of things to keep an eye on. Number one, his changeup. Now, he likes to use his fastball. He still is going to use his fastball, but he's learned up here at the big league level. There's a lot of good fastball hitters up here. He's been using his changeup more, and because of that, he's been feeling more comfortable with it now as well, so it's becoming a positive thing for him. Using the changeup more, feeling more comfortable with it. We'll see if it becomes a weapon for him tonight. The other thing to keep an eye on is the bottom part of the lineup, the 7th and 8th batters to be specific. He's had some problems against those guys. They've got a .650 combined on-base percentage. That is supposed to be a part of the lineup that is a respite, a chance for you to save some pitches, but instead he's been burning pitches and setting the table for the top of the lineup. We'll see if he can control that part tonight, guys, as I send it back up to you.
That's pretty weird, isn't it, Scan?
Unusual. Very unusual.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit different. I mean, I didn't realize that. It's kind of surprising to me that that is the case.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a mental thing. Other times guys just take it for granted, especially after you've gone through a tough part of the lineup, but you can't take it for granted. Those have got to be guys that have to be outs, especially with the top of that lineup coming up.
That's where the intensity level goes up there, right, Scan? As far as, you know, anybody who walks in that batter's box with a bat, there's a potential of getting a hit. You got to go at it with that mindset.
No question, Mud. And I wonder how much of it is too. Look, down in the minor leagues, the 7th and 8th batters aren't the same 7th and 8th batters that you face up here in the big leagues. So, you know, yes, it's a place where you're supposed to be able to take a little breather, but these are better hitters up here. He's got to figure out a way to control those guys.
Yeah, and by any means, I'm not saying that Brett Kennedy is just mailing it in once it gets down to that part of the lineup.
Of course not.
That's exactly what I'm not saying.
Nope.
Nice change up right there, speaking of the Cambio. It's worth another look. Up on top of it, out in front of it at 82.
Suarez cranks it foul down the right field line, out of play. Eugenio Suarez batting for the first time, third baseman for the Reds. 31 home runs, 100 runs batted in.
Well, heavy dose of fastballs right here to Suarez. Got to be careful.
And he walks him. So down to first base he goes. First free pass served up by Brett Kennedy of his outing. Leadoff walk for Suarez. And that'll bring up Mason Williams, who came off the bench last night to pinch hit. Tonight gets a start in center field. So far hitting at .301. 2 homers and 6 runs batted in for Mason Williams. 25th pitch of the outing coming up for Brett Kennedy, second hitter that he has dealt with here in the second inning. On the ground right side, Urias goes to second for one, on to first. It is not going to be in time. We get the lead runner in Suarez, 4-6 on the force out. And Williams with too much speed, able to get down to first base with now 1 away.
You know, everything was turned perfectly, it looked like, but Williams getting down the line quickly. Nice turn by Luis at the Keystone. 3-hopper spin. Perfect strike at the chest for Freddie, and you see Freddie trying to hump up there on the back end. Quick onto the batter's box and beats it out.
1 out, Williams at first base, and it brings up Tucker Barnhart. Flips one foul off to the left, out of play. .250 average for Barnhart coming in. 9 homers, 41 runs driven in. Sits safely in 8 of his last 9 games. Won a Gold Glove last year for the Cincinnati Reds. Johnny Bench won it 10 times.
Wow.
From 1968 through 1977.
That's corner in the market right there.
Johnny Edwards, another Reds catcher, won in 63 and 64. There's only 3 Reds catchers ever to win Gold Gloves. I think it's the coolest trophy.
It's probably, in my opinion, I agree with you, the best individual in sports. I think it's the best individual.
Better than Stanley Cup?
No, that's a group trophy.
Okay.
Right?
Individual is what you're saying.
Individual, okay. Absolutely. Love the Gold Glove. Yeah, and all of sports, team trophy, Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got your name on it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's kind of like the gnome. Pick the stick. Fox Sports San Diego.
Yeah.
Pick the stick. Throw first, and back is Williams. Team Donnie is on there from 2017, world champion. You're back-to-back, though.
Back-to-back, sorry about it.
You're like a dynasty.
Yeah. And I'm in the running again this year. We're all in the running.
Wow.
I'm not counting anybody out.
I'm out. 179? I'm not even close. 3-1. That's outside for ball 4. Second walk allowed by Kennedy, both coming in the second inning. All of a sudden, the Reds have 2 on with 1 away, and it's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
I love trivia.
Hunter Renfroe has hit 20-plus home runs in 2 straight seasons. Name the 3 players who have hit 20-plus home runs in 5 straight seasons to share the Padres club record. Put us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. 2 on, 1 away. Phillip Ervin, the left fielder, coming up. Ervin started left field last night, does the same tonight. So here we go towards the bottom of the order here. Important for Kennedy. And out comes Darren Balsley, the pitching coach.
Maybe a case of trying to be too fine. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, well off the mark for ball one. And you know, Andy Green said it before the game that he wants to see Brett being very aggressive in the zone with all of his pitches. Working downhill. I enjoy talking to Darren regarding visits on the mound, and sometimes one of the things he'll tell his pitchers is that, you know, try to spin it. And what that means, when you get that ball out in front, maybe get your release point down a little bit and be more aggressive in the zone by getting out in front and spin that ball. See if that makes a difference. But if he ever needed a ground ball, it's right here.
Fouled off to the right to even the count at 1-1. Kennedy walked Suarez to begin the inning. He was forced out. Williams reached at first base on a fielder's choice. Barnhart walks, 2 on, 1 away. Two and two.
I kind of got a look-alike for Brett Kennedy.
What do you got?
I got a young James Gandolfini.
I don't know.
With the beard? And the eyes?
I'm not seeing it.
No?
No.
All right.
Wow. That's for ball 3.
He got squeezed on that one.
Pretty close pitch. Center fielder Margot towards right center. Irvin to go the other way. Payoff pitch. And that is ball 4. He's walked his 3rd batter of the inning. That loads the bases. Putting himself in a tough spot here. Bases filled with Reds. 1 down in the 2nd inning. Sclafani, the pitcher, coming up here. He has 6 hits on the year. 6'4", 36. 167 batting average on the season. Does have a home run.
Yeah, don't shut your toolbox here. That's for sure.
Take strike 1.
Wow, he got a call there because DJ Rayburn, he indicated that was a called strike with his mechanics. That ball was really off the plate. So Brett Kennedy gets a call there.
The home run DeSclafani hit was a grand slam. And here he bats with the bases loaded. Bases filled with Reds here in the 2nd inning. Williams at 3rd, Barnhart at 2nd, Irvin at 1st. 1 out. And that's strike 2.
Got another call. Go right back out there.
40th pitch of his outing. And a swing and a miss. Elevated a little bit there, out of the zone, up. Picks up his 2nd strikeout, 2 down. Needed that.
Well, the perfect script in that situation would be the old 1-2-3 double play to get out of the inning, right? But if you're going to have the plan B, yeah, that strikeout there for out number 2. Now force at any base to get out of this little mess.
So 2 down in the 2nd. Top of the order, Scott Schebler. Rounded out shortstop in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. Play that initially was called safe, but was overturned on the challenge by the Padres. Let's take a look at StatCast AI powered by AWS.
Biggest piece of the pie right there at second base. Urias, Galvis kind of at each edge at the top of that piece of the pie. 36%.
Ball 2-0. There is action in the Padres pen as Kennedy runs into trouble here in the inning. That's strong. This will get away.
Whoa.
Here comes Williams from third, and the Reds are on the board. Everybody moving up. Williams scores. Barnhart takes third. Irvin takes second. It's 2-1 Padres.
You know what? That almost looked like a cross-up. Let's take a look. Out of the hand. Whoa. Francisco sent him down and away. All right. Brett yanks this one. It's 81. Looks like a changeup. But, wow, not even close to being caught right there.
Pass ball.
That was ugly.
Second and third. 3-0 pitch to Schebler with first base open. And that's not close. How about 4 walks in 1 inning?
Way off. Not even close with the release point.
That's going to do it. There comes Andy Green. He's seen enough. Four walks in the inning. 44 pitches in his outing. And that is the night for Kennedy. 2-1 Padres have the lead. Pitching change from Cincinnati. On and the bases are loaded as Matt Strom comes in.
Last time out for Matty was on the 4th against the Arizona Diamondbacks. That was back on Tuesday. He is well rested. It was only for a third of an inning. NL Central teams over 12 1/3 innings pitched, a .73 ERA. Matt enters his 34th game. He inherits 3 runners on base with 2 outs.
Jose Peraza, the batter, the shortstop, grounded out to second base, first time up. Swings away, pops it up, foul ground. That'll get back into the seats. Strom could go a little while here. For this game in the second inning with the Padres on top 2-1.
Hey, pitch lights out, hold the Reds, maybe score some more, and go past that 5th inning, get the win. Short, quick innings, multiple innings, hopefully for Matt Strom.
Yanked that down and in. Nice play by Mejia. Pretty good pick right there. Lunging to his left.
Yeah, he's been on the move. To his left, to his right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. Got to be on his toes tonight.
Barnhart at third, Irvin at second, Schebler at first with 2 down. 1-1 to Peraza. To left field. Renfroe started in, now going back. That one's going to be over his head. One hops the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes 2 runs and now a 3rd run. Bases clearing double to left field. Just like that, the Reds jump on top 4-2. All the runs Brett Kennedy responsible for comes around to score.
The objective here is to throw to the glove of Mejia, and look where Francisco wants it, and that ball leaks in. You know, we've seen balls, pass ball back to the screen. We saw pitches wanted to be inside, well outside. Well, that one wants to be outside and leaks inside, and he spins on this one. I mean, I think even if Hunter gets a good read on that ball off the bat, he's not going to catch that ball. It actually short hops the wall. And just like that, the Redlegs take the lead.
8th member of the Reds to bat here in the 2nd inning is Joey Votto, who singled in the 1st inning. So that closed the book on Brett Kennedy. Inning and 2/3, only gives up 1 hit but 4 runs. Walked 4 and struck out 2. We talk about runs being a problem for him in the first 2 innings. Well, he does not get out of the 2nd inning tonight. The splits for Joey Votto. Dealing with the left-hander here.
I would classify that as the slugging percentage. You look at the numbers. You know, the last couple of years going down a little bit, right? For Joey Votto as far as power numbers. Still, though, a threat in my mind anytime this guy comes up to the plate. He's just that good of a hitter. See, we always talk about him choking up on the bat as well, giving him good bat control. Good balanced position in the box.
Type of guy who can foul off a lot of pitches with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Seems like at will.
He'll drive a pitcher nuts, quite frankly. You know, he chokes up on that bat, but still has great coverage of that outside part of the plate because he's on the dish a little bit.
Swing and a miss, and Votto strikes out, but the damage done. Reds score 4 times, take a 4-2 lead to the 3rd. Time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. Now, Hunter Renfroe has now hit 20-plus home runs in 2 straight seasons. Name the 3 players who have hit 20-plus home runs in 5 straight seasons. Share the Padres club record. And Nate Colbert, 69 through 73. I saw Dave Winfield. I didn't see the last name, though. Adrian Gonzalez, last name there. Mejia leading it off and taking a strike, 1-1. Mejia singled to right field in the first inning, came around to score the first Padres run. Lee Sclafani has a new lease on life here as his team scored 4 times. Now Mejia hits a high fly ball to right field. Schebler, shy of the warning track, will make the catch. First out of the 3rd inning. That was a towering fly ball. So Lee Sclafani now working with a 2-run lead instead of a 2-run deficit. Time for the Kia drive to success. With Hunter Renfroe coming up. Highest slugging percentage since August the 1st. Renfroe at .527. Ronald Acuna Jr. first in that category. Trevor Story just hit 3 home runs the other night.
And that's why it's so important to get on base before Hunter Renfroe with those slugging percentage numbers. Driving runs in. Got some work to do against DeSclafani. He's been their best pitcher lately as far as the starters are concerned.
And a rocky first inning. 4 straight hits and the 2 runs. RBIs for Hosmer and Myers. 40 pitches deep. 2 1/3 deep into his outing. Close pitch, call the ball, 2-2. Renfroe now, Hosmer next. Kind of protecting the plate there. Too close to take.
You can see what DeSclafani is trying to do. The pitch prior to that last one was a 95-mile-an-hour lane changer, trying to bring that 2-seamer back, and then he's going to the same locale, what the spinner the other way. So 2-seamer, try to bring it back. Slider, same location, trying to go down and away. Now he's trying to tie him up with the 95, doing a fine job of working in and out on the corners.
Fouled off another. Battle continues. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. The outfield playing for Renfroe to go the other way. Mason Williams, the center fielder, a little bit towards right center. In the air to deep left field for Renfroe. That is back and that is gone. Home run. Hunter Renfroe gets his 16th of the year. Padres back within a run on the solo shot for Hunter Renfroe. A line drive home run out of here in a hurry. Good at bat for Renfroe. He battled there, fouled some off, got one he could work with, drives it out of the yard.
Yeah, you could see that DeSclafani was trying to have him go off the plate to swing at something bad. Hunter battling foul balls back to the screen and then getting the hanging breaking ball. Boy, that is a hanger. You hangy, he will bangy, and he did just that. 109.2 exit velocity. We got launch angle. It's a line drive, huh? 18%.
Now fly ball to left field. And over is Irvin this time. Makes the catch on Hosmer, 2 down.
I should say 18 degrees, right? It's a line drive.
Yes, it is. 418 feet, tail of the tape. 2 down here in the third, and it'll bring up Will Myers. Myers single to center, a drive and a run as part of that 2-run first inning for San Diego. Picked up his 32nd RBI of the year. On the ground to third base, Suarez will go across the diamond in time to retire Myers and to end the inning. But Hunter Renfroe connects on his 16th home run of the year as Renfroe connects the Padres. Get back within a run. It's now 4-3. The third inning getting a little closer, though, thanks to the home run by Hunter Renfroe.
It's nice. Number 21 for Hunter on the year. And the Cincinnati Reds pitchers add on to their league leading total of home runs given up. They lead the National League.
Matt Strom back out there dealing with Scooter Gennett. Well, Gennett struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1.
We've got a wide zone tonight. Matt Strom getting a call there, and Scooter Gennett is still kind of chirping at DJ Rayburn, the home plate umpire, discussing that last pitch.
Brett Kennedy started tonight for San Diego, inning in 2/3, 1 hit, but 4 runs. He walked 4, struck out 2. Matt Strom allowing 3 inherited runners to score. He came in a tough spot, bases loaded, with 1 out. There's a ground ball, second base. Urias throws to first for out number 1. Time now for a Coors Light refreshing finish, and the catch by Hunter Renfroe last night. How far he had to go, and then made the diving catch. Got out there in 3 seconds.
That's a great jump. Great athleticism by the Mississippi State Bulldog, hauling it in and saving at least 3 runs. Nice job defensively by Hunter.
Doing it all right now, offensively, defensively. Finishing this season very well.
Yep.
1 out for Suarez. Eugenio Suarez, who walked in the second. "31 home runs, 100 RBIs on the year." And the recipient of strike 1. Half foul, 1-2. One-two pitch coming up to Suarez. Too high. Close pitch, but inside. Framing it was Mejia.
That's a tough pitch to lay off. That breaking ball in off the plate just a little bit, lefty to righty. You get a good view of it. Looks like a really inviting pitch.
Swing and a miss, gets him to strike out. Second strikeout for Strom. 2 down here in the 3rd inning.
Looks like a changeup. Let's watch it out of the hand of Matt Strom. Yeah, 87. Good depth to it, out of the zone for the punch out.
2 down here in the 3rd inning brings up Mason Williams, who reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score the first Reds run in the 2nd inning. Pitch a game break coming up. Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves.
Hey, Candy. From the desert.
Diamondbacks currently in 3rd in the NL West. The Atlanta Braves, the top team in the NL East.
And how about going into tonight's action? The Colorado Rockies, a game and a half above the Dodgers. Serious game of leapfrog in the NL West.
The Rockies winning 5 straight going into tonight's action. Fastball at 95 by him. Showed punt, pulled it back, took ball 3. Matt Strom came in the 2nd inning, got the final out of the 2nd. As the first 2 outs here of the 3rd. Fly ball down the left field line. Renfroe headed over towards the seats. But won't have a play. Ooh, battle is on.
Kind of tough going after a foul ball with a full box of popcorn in one hand. Try not to spill the popcorn and then going after the ball.
Well, the 2-hour and 37-minute rain delay here. Not a lot of folks hung around. So foul ball, so race is on.
Oh, that was nice. The gentleman gave that ball to the kid. Very nice.
Swing and a miss, and Strom with back-to-back Ks. That's a 1-2-3 3rd inning. Reds have a 4-3 lead. fourth inning. And the battle right now has the Reds on top of the Padres 4-3. Franmil Reyes, last 11 games hitting at .364. I would say very important for the Diamondbacks to have A.J. Pollock going, because he's a big part of what they do. He was really struggling when we were in Arizona to begin this road trip.
Very integral part. He does so many things so well. An important cog in that engine. And there are the standings. NL West.
Left center field off the bat of Reyes. On the run is Williams, and he dives but can't get it to the track of the wall. Reyes is going to round second and pull it up. Got himself a leadoff double to begin things here in the fourth inning. Just out of the reach of Mason Williams, a center fielder, on the dive.
Franmil Reyes is so strong. This ball, it looks like kind of gets in on him a little bit, down by the label. And look at how far it goes. Hey, great effort by Williams, just out of his reach. And the big fella stands on second base with a double. The Padres trying to battle back here. Good way to start this fourth inning for the Friar.
So Reyes at second base. Freddie Galvis coming up, a strikeout victim in the first. Two strikeouts for DeSclafani, and they both came in the first inning. Oh, and 2 fastball in at 94. Miguel Diaz now up in the pen for the Padres. Had to get into that pen in the second inning tonight. Working towards the bottom of the order here in the top of the fourth inning. Galvis, Margot, and then the pitcher spot. Blocked there by Barnhart. No advance for Reyes. Freddie Galvis has been walking more, 42 times this year. 3 short of his career high, which was 45, set last season, what worked out to be his last year in Philadelphia. Swing and a miss, and Galvis strikes out. Second time he has struck out tonight. Third strikeout for DeSclafani, 1 down.
Well, Padres, some way, shape, or form, trying to get Franmil Reyes over to third base with fewer than 2 outs, and the strikeout doesn't do anything right there. So now, hopefully, Manuel Margot can do something.
Runner at second, 1 away. Margot reached on an infield hit in the second inning. 313 hitter in this spot. Spangenberg has come out on deck for the Padres. So he would bat here for Matt Strong. Here's Spangenberg on deck. Ball and a strike, fastball. That's where it's been, about 94 miles an hour for DeSclafani.
And he tries his best to stay out of the heart of the plate. He's working both corners, up and down.
'60th pitch of his outing coming up here with 1 down in the fourth inning. Padres trailing by a run, tying run in scoring position after the leadoff double by Franmil Reyes. This is walking lead at second with 1 down here in the fourth. And a fly ball struck pretty well to center field. Williams going back, still going. Going to be over his head and off the base of the wall. Franmil Reyes going to come around and tie the game on the RBI double by Manuel Margot. We're tied at 4. Well, Margot hitting it a long way to the deepest part of the ballpark out there. Back to the 404 marker. Reyes scores, and it's 4-4.
Probably one of the few pitches. You know, we saw the home run off the bat of Hunter Renfroe. That was crushed. It was a hanging breaking ball. This one he wants down and away. Outer third catches way too much of the plate, and Manuel gets extended. I mean, Mason Williams, no chance on catching this one. As soon as this ball, he sees number and name on the jersey, he is going to round third and score easily to knock this one up at 4.
Well, Spansberg's been called back. Strom's going to hit for himself now. And swinging away. Pretty good hack right there. Runner takes off at third. Strom bunted at it. Throw down there. And Margot's going to be caught stealing. Well, Barnhart showing off a very good arm right there. Throws out Margot at third base.
Boy, as soon as Margot was up and running, I mean, the whole Cincinnati infield, he's going. Well, now Barnhart has got to do the footwork. The front door is closed with that right-handed hitter. He steps behind Strom and fires a strike. Gets him right on the oven mitt before he hits the bag.
Now Strom hits this in the air to center field. Williams going back, still going, and he'll make the catch on the warning track. Strom gave it a long ride to deep right center field. Padres tie the game 4-4.
Fourth outfielder in the big leagues, still can be an everyday guy. Manny Margot, we know what he can do out there with this defensive run saved. And then, you know, Franmil and Hunter both work hard as anybody. And the thing about those guys is they really have the appetite to get better. And it's not just a hit only. Like, they know that baseball now is a defensive metric, base running metric, and hitting metric game. And so they want to be well-rounded players and not get double switched. So I feel really good about the 4 guys we have right now.
That's Padres outfield coach Skip Schumacher, obviously very proud about the young outfield charges under his command. They've done a lot of improving over the course of the year. He mentioned the hard work that they've put in. He said Hunter Renfroe especially has put a lot of work into reading the ball off the bat, getting first jumps, taking good routes. All of that works. It comes during batting practice where you can see the ball live off the bat. And he said all of these guys are getting better, and it's actually helped them in terms of their defense and some of the positioning that the Padres are able to make because guys are getting rangier and taking better routes, guys. So all going in the right direction.
All right, Scan, thanks very much.
Yeah, that's nice because, you know, a lot of it is predicated on the pitcher hitting his spots, too, when the ball is put in play, right? But there's going to be times when they miss, and that's where you need to get the good reads. And Hunter even said it himself when he was asked about that play the other night. reading that ball off the bat, and that comes during batting practice. I remember shagging in the outfield. You know, it's kind of fun to when you're in right, left, or center, and you know, you don't have to be an outfielder to have some fun with it and read the ball off the bat. You get, you know, on the balls of your feet, and then bang, wherever that ball is pitched, you can see the trajectory of the ball. And I think through time, it's just going to get better and better, hopefully, for these young outfielders.
And for Renfroe, kind of a big deal moving from right field to left field.
But I don't know if this ever happened to you, but sometimes, you know, you got the rock piles out there during batting practice. The pitchers are out there trying to show off, and you know, our outfielders are actually getting some work in. A lot of times I'll see the pitchers clear out of the way because Franmil Reyes and Hunter Renfroe in particular are working on stuff like, clear out, guys. I need some room here.
Sure. You know, it's just not the ball off the bat. You know, especially from center fielder's got the best angle. Let's face it, because you know that's like the, you know, the camera 4 angle that we see from center field. You can see the type of pitch. You can see where it's in or out, up or down, and you can anticipate which way that ball is going to be struck if swung on. If it's away, chances are the guy's going to take it that way.
A little bit high. Full count here to Tucker Barnhart, leading it off in the last of the 4th inning. Bottom 3rd at the Reds order anticipated here in the 4th inning. Just joining us tonight, a 2-hour and 37-minute rain delay to start the game. We're into the 4th, tied at 4. And a swing and a miss. Strom picks up his 3rd strikeout in a row. 4th altogether for Strom, the left-hander, 1 down.
Looks like Matt has been throwing the changeup a lot more. That looks like a breaky ball, a little slider. Yes, sirree. Down in the zone with 2 strikes. He's got to protect the wipeout slider from Matt Strom.
1 down in the 4th inning. Phillip Ervin coming up. High drive to left field, down the line towards the pole. Will it be fair? Yes, it will, and it's gone. A home run for Phillip Ervin. His 5th of the year. The Reds are back on top. 5-4. Solo shot for Ervin. Well, the question was fair or foul. Had the distance, and it was fair.
He let that ball travel just enough. A little bit too quick to that baseball. Boy, that's right down the middle, too. At 94. 4-seamer. Almost off the skyline chili sign. Clearly fair.
Michael Lorenzen coming up here.
This guy can hit a little bit now.
Fouls it off in behind the Reds dugout. So that's it for DeSclafani through 4 innings.
Lorenzen with a 2-1 record in the ERA of 3.12 coming off the bench here.
Had been warming up last inning. So comes in here to pinch hit.
Guy can hit, man. He had an at-bat the other day where he was down to 2 strikes bunting, and it was really an odd play. He squared the bunt. Pitch was up and in. He pulled his bat back. Ball hits the bat. Guess what? Not out because he wasn't attempting. That's what the rule states. Ended up hitting a home run. How about that as a hang with him? It was against the Brewers. But that's a rule I did not know.
Yeah, had he been bunting, he'd be
attempting,
out.
right? Yeah,
exactly. One-two pitch. We had 1 out. Lorenzen with a swing and a miss. Strikes out and a pitch down and in. 5 strikeouts for Strom. 2 down. So 2 away, and that'll bring up the top of the order Scott Schebler. 3rd time through. Schebler tonight has grounded out and walked. Third plate appearance for the Cincinnati Red right fielder. To left field. Renfroe will get back to make the catch. Started to his left, ended up ducking back and making the grab. A home run by Phillip Ervin has put the Reds on top 5-4. The Pet Company, and by Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the buy two get two. Back at Great American Ballpark, Michael Lorenzen pinch hitting for Anthony DeSclafani. Now takes over on the hill, working here to the 5th inning. Now the lead.
This guy's jacked.
Either that or the shirt's really tight. I can't tell which.
Yeah, my goodness. 40th game for Michael Lorenzen. A decent ERA, just over 3. Told you about his win and loss record last time he was up. No games started. We saw him, when he came up to the big leagues, he was starting a little bit. 60+ innings. Not a lot of strikeouts for the right-hander, only 44, so some contact off the opposing bats. A lot of balls in play.
This is the 6th time this season that he has pinch hit, then stayed in the game to pitch. So this is not all that unusual.
My goodness.
Yeah, and you're right, he is jacked.
Oh.
The more I look. Urias fouling it off down the right field line. Staying alive.
He must work out.
He can bench press you. 0-2. Very high. 1-2. Urias has struck out swinging and flying out to the warning track in left field. 0 for 2. Back and forth battle tonight. Right now, Reds on top 5-4. On the ground to first. Backing up is Votto. Needs Lorenzen there, and he is there. 3-1 on the putout of Urias for the first out of the 5th inning. So one away, and Francisco Mejia now coming up. Made quite a splash in his first start last night for the Padres, catching. Tonight 1 for 2, a single in the first inning. Flied out to deep right field in the third inning. And now Renfroe next. So both the starters out of this game. Red Kennedy very early out of the game. Inning at 2/3 was lifted. Allowed 4 runs. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt. 1-1. Anthony DeSclafani done after 4 innings, giving up 4 runs of his own. Fouled off to the left out of play. To short on a hop, big hop. Peraza's throw gets there in time. 2 ground ball outs here in the 5th inning. It's time for the top tier play, brought to you by Arco. With a home run by Hunter Renfroe in the 3rd inning. Solo shot, 21st of the year. Line drive home run for Hunter Renfroe.
What do we got? 102. Whoa, 109.2 exit velocity. Nice catch by that fan right there.
Renfroe now has 6 home runs in the last 11 games.
Stay hot.
That's here with 2 outs, bases empty. And also has a single in this game, so 2 for 2 with the home run you just saw. I'm going to tell Michael Lorenzen tomorrow you made fun of his uniform.
How did I make fun of it?
And hopefully he'll beat you up.
You know, because you know, guys order their uniforms according to how they want. You know,
right.
like I always ordered mine with the tails. I wanted 2 inches longer so they'd stay tucked in more. I also ordered 2 inches longer on the sleeve because I like to kind of cover over my elbow a little bit. Lorenzen definitely is going the old maybe 2 inches shorter to show off the guns.
Joey Votto will make the catch in fair ground that ends the inning. Halfway through, 5-4 Cincinnati. Rowan Wick, the new pitcher for the Padres. 3rd arm used tonight by Andy Green.
Well, the way this one is going, it's very, very interesting. Rowan Wick enters his 4th game. You never know how this one's going to turn out. A chance possibly to end up winning it. You throw up zeros, and then the offense comes back. So once again, you know, Andy Green was talking about these arms in the bullpen, right? And there's still a lot of baseball left, halfway to go, but still close game. 1-run deficit for the Padres. It's Wick's intention to hold the Reds at 5.
Jose Peraza leading it off, popping it up, fouling it off for strike 1. So Matt Strahm went 2 1/3, giving up 2 hits, allowed 3 inherited runners to score, 1 of his own. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 5. Came into a tough spot, bases loaded, 1 out. Allowed a home run to Phillip Ervin last inning, the difference in the game right now. So Strahm, even though he pitched very well, on the hook right now. So Wick starts the bottom of the 5th inning, ahead 0-2. Another foul off to the right, out of play. 2, 3, and 4 featured for the Reds here in the 5th inning. Peraza, Votto, and Jeanette. Pretty good test for Rowan Wick.
Yeah.
Spiked that one.
Real tight curveball right there from Wick. Signed as a Redbird 2015 with the Gulf Coast League Cardinals. Rowan Wick. Last year, 3 stops. Rookie ball, AA, AAA with the Redbirds.
Peraza battling away here, fouling some good pitches off, and down 1-2. Is 1 for 2. Had the big bases clearing double in the 2nd inning. First batter that Matt Strahm faced.
Big time shift in the outfield too. Big gap in center and left center.
This is to short right. Reyes coming in to make the catch for the first out. Joey Votto coming up, one of the guys who has more walks than strikeouts. Mike Trout, 109 walks to 108 Ks, 98 to 87. Difference for Votto. Carlos Santana, 94 to 84. 93 to 67. That's huge for Jose Ramirez. And Alex Bregman of the Houston Astros, 81 walks, 71 strikeouts.
Yeah, when you get right down to it, those guys, not only good, great players, but pests. Great command of the strike zone. Tough to strike out. Great eye, on base percentage, and there's a reason why Votto has that 420 on base percentage.
Numbers though down for him.
Yeah,
across the board offensively this year.
Hey, you know what? My feeling is this. Guy's been in the league how long?
Down the right field line, headed foul.
He's 34 years old. He's into his 11th year in the big leagues. Guys age differently. Nobody says, I mean, it's great, that span between year 3 or 4 to year 8, 9, 10, pretty much the same. But you know what? You get old. The bat has a tendency to slow down a little bit.
On any season that he's played at least 100 games, the 9 home runs he has is a career low. I
mean, at one time, and I'm not saying this is the case for Joey Votto, but I'm just saying there comes a point in time when the skills start to, I don't know, is deteriorate the right word? I mean, it's not like he's fallen off the face of the earth, but decline a little bit, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
That is strike 3. Wow. So there you go. You don't see that often.
No.
He has struck out twice tonight. 2 down in the 5th inning. First strikeout for Rowan Wick.
Hey, great location on the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Down and away. Watch the glove of Mejia right there. And we just got done talking about fewer strikeouts than walks. Well, chalk up a strikeout for Rowan Wick to a pretty darn good hitter.
See where Mejia left that glove too. He just left it right there, didn't move it.
Stick it right there.
2 down for Scooter Gennett.
That's gas at the knees.
Is that the same thing as classic gas or whatever you said last
Classical
night?
gas, Mason Williams. Probably one of the greatest instrumental songs ever written.
To third and caught on a line by Will Myers down there at third base. Bill of the cap high.
That's
1, 2, 3, fifth, 5-4 Reds. Clearing double. It would take a 4-2 lead. Then the home run started. Eric Hosmer with a home run. I should say Renfroe with a home run. And then the home run the other way for Irvin. Puts the Reds on top 5-4. Home run for Renfroe, his 21st of the year. And here is Eric Hosmer to lead it off in the 6th inning. Lorenzen back on the mound again for the Reds. Hosmer 1 for 2. That RBI single we just saw back in the 1st inning. Flat out to left field in the 3rd inning. Two-hour and 37-minute rain delay started tonight.
Gosh, what a delay, huh? We talked about what announcers do during the delays and what players do during the delays. Try to mentally get prepared. And some guys extend their workouts.
Center field falling fast, but Williams will get there.
As announcers, we'll go visit the other announcers and. Well, what does Don Orsillo do?
Oh, my goodness.
He dives into the brisket, the mac and cheese, ribs, chicken, pizza, hot dog. And I'm not lying here, folks. Ice cream, peanuts.
Oh
he mixed in the cauliflower and broccoli to play for the tie. And then on top of that, some tater tots.
Oh, my God. How did you document all that? That is so
I
uncool.
witnessed it firsthand.
Oh, my goodness.
Full feedback right here. This guy's going to the electric chair. Right here.
The rain delay was really long.
And Donnie's getting larger. It was a long delay.
2 hours and 37 minutes, and you watched everything I ate. I can't believe you put it into a graphic. Oh, wow. That's unbelievable.
Me, Donnie. Me, hungry.
Well, the pizza thing, I didn't plan on the pizza thing. Tony Gwynn Jr. went down and got pizza and brought me up a slice.
You can explain it all you want, dude.
And I couldn't say no. I mean, he
brought
it up.
Of course.
It was very nice.
You say no to food?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he bought it for me. So it's like, really? Line to left. Irvin on the run. Dives and makes the catch in left field. Robs Myers. Now, Irvin, who homered earlier, now the spectacular catch out there in left field.
That's a great play by Irvin. This ball off the bat of Myers hooking, almost reminiscent of the one last night. Hunter Renfroe taking away extra bases. I tell you what, he was all over that line drive like Don Orsillo all over a piece of pizza.
2 down here in the 6th inning. Brings up Franmil Reyes. When did you do that? During the delay? Oh boy, that's an all-timer right there.
Yeah. How many calories did you just take?
Lots. Couple of hops out to Peraza. And Franmil Reyes is out. So are the Padres, and this conversation is over. It's 5-4 Reds. And the Reds have a 5-4 lead. Rowan Wick back on the mound again here for the Padres. 2nd inning of relief for Wick as he pitched the 5th. Back out there for the 6th inning. Eugenio Suarez to lead it off. He has walked and struck out tonight. Foul back to the screen, and it's 1-1. Outfield about straight away here on Suarez. Power to all fields. Mentioned the 31 home runs, 100 runs batted in.
Hey, Wick's got some live stuff, huh? 95 at the knees, mixing in a breaking ball.
Like what I've seen so far.
Yeah. Sure you have.
That'll miss. 2-2. Suarez, Williams, and Barnhart expected in the inning. 5, 6, and 7 for the Reds here in the bottom of the 6th. He getting a chance to catch many of the relievers now. And more guys that he is able to catch, the better this will get.
There's got to be big time dialogue going on, don't you think? I mean, ooh, nice.
Strike 3. Second strikeout for Wick. First out of the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hey, that's a legitimate strike right at the bottom of the zone. We saw that last half inning. 95 at the knees. And once again, Mejia's sticking it, right? You know, we talk about catchers catching a pitch and taking it out of the zone, right? we've seen it a handful of times already that Mejia is doing a good job of keeping that ball right where it is, keeping it in the zone. But getting back to the dialogue, there's got to be, you know, in the clubhouse, meetings, bullpens, with all these relievers and new arms that he has to catch.
One down in the 6th inning. Mason Williams grounded into a fielder's choice and struck out swinging. Shift on the right side. Andy Green was talking about that before the game today and mentioned that A.J. Ellis has done a great deal to help him out with the relievers coming in. Right side and the shift diving. Urias will get up. His throw will be late. It'll be a hit for Mason Williams. Well, Urias out there in short right field is going to be a very long throw.
That's a great play. Great effort. Showing off the range. Remember Luis Urias in Petco Park, his major league debut, going to his left the other way to making that play at first base. Well, this time to his right. Very athletic, getting quickly back up to his feet, but that's going to be an infield single. Great effort by number 9.
1 out, 1 on, and Tucker Barnhart. A walk and a strikeout so far for him. High fly ball down the right field line towards the pole, and that ball will be a foul ball. Wow, very close. Looked like it was going to be fair there for a while, right up till the end.
Out in front of it just a little bit too much, sending it to the right side of the fair pole. Strike 1. That's a long strike, Donnie.
Barnhart thought he had it. Got to first base and just looked down the line, realized it was going to go foul.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought it was gone.
First, and Williams back to the bag. 1 out, 1 on for Cincinnati here in the 6th inning. Five runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Reds. 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Padres. Both teams have left 2 men on. Fifth pitch of relief coming up here for Rowan Wick. An inning and a third deep into his outing. Two and two.
Trying to backdoor that little spinner, little breaking ball there.
Runner goes. Barnhart swings. Little hit and run here, and it gets through the right side into right field. So Williams just keeps on going to third. And it's first and third now with 1 down for the Reds.
You know, the pitch that Wick has been going to, that looked like was that a fastball? It looked like it maybe spun it a little bit, maybe a little cutter. Any way you look at it, Barnhart all over it. Some serious top hand. It was a fastball that he was quick to and pulling that to the right side.
Here comes Andy Green.
You know, when Andy jogs out like that, that to me tells us it's going to be a discussion. Right, not make a change. What do you think?
That's usually the case.
Yeah.
You got a first and third situation here. that is the case.
Always have to be aware of safety squeeze.
Double steal.
Double steal. Hey, first pitch hit and run maybe. You never know. One of the first couple of pitches maybe. Stay tuned. That's why baseball is the best reality show on TV, right?
Swing to the first pitch and popping it up foul. Hosmer going as far as he can, but won't have a play. One out, first and third. Was Irvin homered in the fourth inning. Here we go on the squeeze. He was coming, and the run will score. Nobody is covering first, and the Reds will take a 6-4 lead. Is he coming before? Couldn't tell if it was the suicide squeeze or the safety squeeze. Looked like he was breaking before. They get the run in.
Let's take a look, Donnie. As soon as he lifts, yep, he is off and running. Suicide squeeze. Perfectly executed. Just getting the ball on the ground. You know, when it's the suicide squeeze and you've got decent speed at third base, it doesn't matter if the ball's bunted hard. That runner's going to get the good jump. He is off and running as soon as that pitcher lifts the leg and commits home. It spells a run for Cincinnati.
That's a base hit for Irvin and an RBI. And the Reds have a 2-run lead on top, 6-4 now. Still with 2 on, 1 out. Michael Lorenzen. Well, bad for himself. Yeah, Dilson Herrera come out on deck originally. Lorenzen was not going to bat, but with a run in here, first and second, 1 out, they decide to have Lorenzen bat for himself, his second plate appearance. And he is bunting, dropping down third base. That's a great one by the mound, and a bunt single for Lorenzen. Back-to-back bunt base hits here for the Reds.
I'm wondering why Rowan did not commit to that ball. That was clearly his ball to field, and he could have gone to third base for the force. Here it is. He just kind of gave up on it. And it looks by the body language, the way he went after that, he was anticipating possibly Will Myers getting that ball, because that was clearly a ball that he could have gotten and got the force at third base. Ouch.
Will was going to cover over there at third base. So base is loaded and still only 1 out. Now the top of the order, Scott Schebler. Chance here now for the Reds to do some real damage here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
You know, I was always taught as a pitcher, first and second situation, bunt situation, that you cover straight in or the third base line because of that situation. You can get that force at third base. The third baseman can retreat back. So that's your responsibility, straight in and third base line. So anyway, there's a bunt put down that way, you get to it and you throw to third base.
Ball and a strike to Schebler. 0 for 2 with a walk in the game, and that was very high, taking Mejia out of his crouch. Three pitches for Wick since coming in. So far charged with 1 run. It's coming this inning.
Have we seen Mejia yet really get a chance to block a ball in the dirt? The reason why I say that, with the runner on third base, if Wick elects to throw a breaking ball.
High fly ball, deep right field. Reyes going back at the wall. That is a grand slam. Scott Schebler hits his 15th home run of the year. It's a grand slam. And with 1 swing of the bat, it is now 10-4 for the Reds. That changes everything.
That hurts. Hurts big time. I don't have to tell you that. Middle in. Looked like an off-speed pitch at 90. Speeds up the bat of Schebler. Ouch.
I got a double switch coming up here for the Padres with the Reds now on top 10-4. The pitching change after the grand slam for Scott Schebler. It's 10-4 Reds. And Mark Sweeney, that is coming up as we have a double switch going on here with, of course, Spangenberg coming into the game at third base. And the new pitcher is Miguel Diaz. Spangenberg over there at third now. Myers coming out.
Well, the wheel's kind of coming off here in this 6th inning for the Padres as Miguel Diaz toes the slab. He's tossed 2 innings in 5 of his 6 outings this year. 3 more strikeouts in 5 of those games. He's got the good life fastball. He enters his 7th game after the grand slam, clearing the bases. No run is aboard here with 1 out.
Jose Peraza has double. He is 1 for 3. That double came with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. Reds have exploded offensively in this game. Now 10 runs. Bases clearing double for Peraza with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning, and Scott Schebler the grand slam here in the 6th. Now liner to left, and that's it for a base hit in front of Renfro. 2nd hit of the night for Peraza. Bring up Joey Votto, 8th member of the Reds to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Votto with a single in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. Very unusual. 2 strikeout nights so far for Joey Votto. Fly ball foul off to the left out of play.
Yeah, we saw him strike out last night as well. Remember in the 6th inning with the strikeout. That was against Jose Castillo. Really good breaking ball from Jose and a really bad looking swing from Joey Votto. Tell you what though, the kid's intense, isn't he, Votto?
Yeah, he is.
Never gives away an at bat. Never. That's what I admire about hitters, especially like Joey Votto. Doesn't matter the score. Doesn't matter if he's wearing an 0 for the last 3 games.
Doesn't matter if it's 11-23 at night.
That's right. It's almost as if he approaches every at bat to where this at bat depends on winning or losing a batting title, right? I need a hit. I need to get on, even just to get on base, a walk. Try to help his club.
One fouled off down the left field line.
You know, it's one thing getting on board with a single, double, home run, whatever, but getting on base, he takes pride in that as well, and that's evident of the on base percentage at .430. Check that. 411. 420. I'll get it right.
Which one?
It's 420. Looking at the wrong column. My bad.
Still only one out in the inning. It's been a 5-run inning so far for the Reds. Two and two. It's a Reds' 10th Grand Slam this year. That is a new single season record for the club. I think he went. He did. Strikes out for the 3rd time tonight, does Joey Votto. 2 down in the 6th inning. First strikeout for Miguel Diaz.
He goes up the ladder here. Clearly a swing for the strikeout.
So 2 down brings up Scooter Gennett. Leader in batting average in the National League. Started the night hitting at .320, but 0 for 3 in this game tonight. Striking out, grounding out, lining out. Falling behind 2-0. Two and one on the foul back to the left. At some point tonight, 14,854 were here. 14,854. Many have ducked out after a 2-hour and 37-minute rain delay started tonight's action. 2-1 on the corner. 2-2. Weather is not supposed to be good tomorrow or Sunday.
Yeah.
Not being kind to the Padres in their visit here to Cincinnati. Swing and a miss, and Gennett strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Diaz. It is a 5-run inning. 10-4 lead for the Reds.
Come on.
Le'Veon Bell. First pick's made, and my desk is pretty sloppy right now. David Johnson.
David Johnson.
I don't know how it felt to me, but I'll take it. He's always a top 5 guy.
Tune in tonight for a brand new episode of Padres POV, the football edition, as Lisa Lane catches up with Austin Hedges and a few other Padres as they host a fantasy league draft to benefit Wells of Life. Tonight after Padres Live, the postgame show.
Freddie Galvis starting the 7th inning with a base hit into right center field. Freddie had been 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, so he goes up there swinging to the first pitch. Has a base hit, first hit off Lorenzen in this game. He'd retired the first 6 that he faced since coming in. So lead runner on for Manuel Margot. Padres have work to do. Two for 2 for Margot tonight. Infield hit to short. A double in the 4th inning to center field and an RBI. Which at the time tied the score 4-4. Strike 2, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. On the ground towards shortstop. Peraza will go to second for 1, on to first for 2. Double play. So the 6-4-3 DP. Second double play turned tonight by the Reds.
With the lead for Lorenzen and the Reds, there's no reason why not to just pound the strike zone with fastballs, working down and getting your grounder. Belt buckle high, feed to second base. Jeanette on the turn, and Votto with the stretch.
2 down in the 7th inning. Corey Spangenberg, as part of the double switch, took over at third base last inning as he takes strike 1. .236, 7 homers, 24 runs batted in this year for Spangenberg.
You know, looking down at the field, Skip Schumacher, first base coach. He and Joey Votto, very good friends. 2 years here in Cincinnati for Skip. Good baseball guy right there. Great dude. Skip was here as a red leg, 2014-15. He and Joey Votto very close. Have a little in-between pitch conversation over there.
What's spring training with the Padres?
Yep.
2016, before retiring in the middle of spring training.
I remember that. And Padres are very lucky to have Skip Schumacher over at first base as their coach.
Spangenberg fouls it back. We'll do it again here. Full count. Swing and a miss, and Spangenberg strikes out. It's time now for our Arco game break with Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney. the Padres. Matt Harvey beyond the mound, the former New York Met, 6-8 with a 4.95 earned run average. Match up against Robbie Erlin, 3-5, 3.87 ERA. Padres and Reds get started at 12:30 on Fox Sports San Diego. Got a pregame for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Padres live.
Matt Harvey turning around a little bit for the Cincinnati Reds. It's been a positive thing for Matt Harvey and the Reds. So Miguel Diaz continuing here in the 7th.
Well, the distribution of runs tonight. Brett Kennedy charged with 4 runs in an inning and 2/3 he started. Matt Strong gives up a run in 2 1/3. Rowan Wick in an inning and a 1/3, charged with 5. And of course, he allowed the grand slam to Scott Schebler, last batter he would face. Eugenio Suarez leading it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Cincinnati. As I mentioned, the 10 grand slams this year now for the Reds. 12 grand slams is the NL record, held by 2 teams, the Braves and the Cardinals. 97 Braves, 2000 Cardinals. Oh, that one exploded on Hosmer. That gets into right field. Hot shot down to Hosmer. Suarez aboard with a base hit.
See where this ball hits.
Lip of the grass? Maybe?
Yeah, it did look like that. You're absolutely right. That ball was smoked.
So leadoff single here to begin things in the 7th inning. Brings up Mason Williams. Yeah, 12 grand slams is the NL record. Braves and Cardinals have that. 14 grand slams as a team is the major league record. The 2000 Athletics and the 2006 Indians. Mason Williams singled his last time up, has scored a couple runs.
One of the greatest feats, I think, for any major league pitcher in the history of the game, for pitching more than 20 years. You know where I'm going with this.
I do.
Jim Palmer
Never
ever
gave up a grand slam.
Is that amazing?
It is. See Jim Palmer next year. Padres are taking on the O's.
Love JP Cakes.
0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and striking out is Williams. That's the 3rd strikeout for Miguel Diaz since coming in.
And you know, he started that at bat with a nice changeup for strike 1 to Mason Williams. Start him off with a changeup for a strike, and then up the ladder with the fastball.
One on, one out for Tucker Barnhart. It's been on twice, a walk and a single, wrapped around a strikeout. Leadoff single by Suarez. Williams strikes out. 1 on, 1 out, and a 1-0 to Barnhart.
It's been an effective pitch, that changeup. There's another one from Diaz.
Time called as Barnhart backs out.
11:39.
You got someplace to be?
No, time was requested. And
Oh, I see. You got time. It's kind of late.
Yeah.
2-1. Foul back to the screen. 2-2. A 97 for Miguel Diaz.
You know, how pumped up are these kids? I'm looking down in the stands. It's a Friday night, not a school night, right? They're at a big league ball game, and it's almost midnight. Now that's fun being a kid.
Rain delay was awesome out there in the rain.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it was coming down. There were a lot of kids out there enjoying the rain.
Yep.
Strike 3 call. Back-to-back Ks for Diaz. 4 in all. 2 down. Well, it's time now for our Carl's Jr. star of the game. Phillip Ervin on his way up here. Ervin's had a very good game in this one. Able to homer back in the 4th inning. Right down the line. 5th home run. Had a great catch out there in left field diving. And a suicide squeeze. Led up to the grand slam that followed.
That's doing it all, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That is a good night in the big leagues.
He'll drive this out to deep right center field. Reyes going back at the wall. That's gone. 2-run shot for Phillip Ervin. He's homered for the 2nd time tonight. It is now 12-4 on the 2-run home run by Phillip Ervin.
Well, before that swing, it's a good night in the big leagues. Even a better night in the big leagues for Phillip Ervin. Going down the left field line, going oppo to right center field for the 2-run shot.
It's his 3rd hit, 4th time he's been on base. 2nd home run, 4 RBIs. It's all good. Now Dilson Herrera pinch hitting here for the pitcher, Michael Lorenzen. Lorenzen did a nice job giving up 1 hit in 3 innings worth of work. Faced the minimum. Got that double play ball grounded into by Margot and then struck out Spansberg to end his outing. Very good middle relief tonight for the Reds.
Have a night.
On the ground down the 3rd baseline. It's a fair ball. Spansberg's throw going to be in time. Nice play. Corey Spansberg down there at 3rd base throws out Herrera to end the inning. Ervin with a 2-run shot. It's 12-4 now, Reds. All right, Mike Mark, thanks very much. Sal Romano has taken over here for the Reds in the 8th inning. Luis Urias will lead it off here for the Padres in the 8th. Romano taking over as the third arm used tonight by the Reds.
A nice job by Lorenzen. 3 solid innings, only 1 hit. He struck out 1. Rolled double play. Had some good defense behind him.
Urias lines one to center field, in for a base hit. Urias' first hit of the night. I'll bring up Francisco Mejia. He with a single in the first inning, came around to score. Since then has flied out to right and grounded down to short. Fouled off to the left, out of play. A little bit high, it appeared, but called a strike. 0-2. You got to be ready to swing the bat, I think, this time of night for DJ Rayburn.
Yeah. Wow.
To second, and it's caught at second base by Jeanette. That was impressive there. Got some good elevation, made the grab, time to leap.
Timed that one perfectly. That was a broken bat. That wasn't off the sweet spot. And you know, as an infielder, you see the swing. It's a big swing, but you hear the crack of the bat, and that's just good hand-eye coordination. Scooter Jeanette snagging that one. It's a great play.
One down. Urias at first base brings up Hunter Renfroe. A little bit low for ball one. I can really see the ups there.
Yeah. It's a really good angle.
In the air to shallow left. Shortstop Peraza on the short lawn and left will make the catch. 2 down. So 2 away here in the inning. What are you doing?
Watching a big league ball game.
You trying to tease me with that piece of pizza?
Dig in.
No, I'm good. Thank you. Actually kind of full.
I wonder why.
Big swing and a miss there for Hosmer. Hosmer singled back in the first inning, 1 for 3. Leadoff single by Urias, who is still at first base, not holding him on. The score here 12-4. Hosmer drives this to deep left field. Back goes Urban at the wall. That ball is gone. A 2-run shot for Eric Hosmer. Second hit of the game. Opposite field home run for Hosmer. And it's now 12-6. Reds on top.
And with that home run, Padres getting slam range. No, I'm sorry, 12.
No.
I thought it was 10. I thought it was 10-6. I'm sorry, I forgot about the 2 runs.
Yeah.
Opposite field, the ball's going to travel here. Once again, my math is off.
Yeah.
Need 2 runs.
Jose Pirela batting here in the pitcher spot. Ball and a strike to Pirela. Eric Hosmer homering here to make it 12-6.
We've seen it here. Righties and lefties alike, opposite field. You just need to get it up in the zone and hit it well, and it's going to go.
One-two pitch coming up. And a foul back to the screen, up into the seats. Jose Pirela coming up here to pinch hit with 2 down in the 8th. Two and two. Sclafani started the game with 4 innings, giving it 4 runs. Michael Lorenzen coming in, pitcher of record right now for the Reds. 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Didn't walk anybody, struck out a batter. Now Sal Romano into the game with a 2-2 pitch. And a foul off to the right out of play. First 19 appearances of the year for Romano were in the rotation. 8 of the last 12 have been from the pen. And here he is from the pen in the 8th inning tonight. He's given up a 2-run shot to Eric Hosmer. Now strikes out Pirela to end the top of the 8th inning. Padres get a little closer. Reds have a 12-6 lead. Now for the Bill Howe play of the game, Scott Schebler with his grand slam off Rowan Wick. Big blast of this game, and there have been a few for the Reds. It's part of a 5-run 6th inning. Cincinnati enjoys a 12-6 lead here to the bottom of the 8th inning. A new pitcher as part of some changes here for the Padres. Trey Wigginter into the game.
So back-to-back nights for the right-hander. He threw an inning last night in the 7th inning. 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He struck out 2 Reds. Ready to the 14th game for Trey.
Jose Pirela now at first base, staying in the game after a pinch hit. Top of the order, Scott Schebler. Just showed you the grand slam that he hit, and now takes ball 1 from Wigginter. Grand slam for Schebler, his 15th home run of the year. Padres shifting on him on the right side of the infield. To right field, Reyes out there to make the catch on a screaming line drive for the first out of the 8th inning.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
So 1 down, Jose Peraza coming up. They doubled in the 2nd, singled in the 6th inning. The double came with the bases loaded. He cleared them. Peraza now, Votto next. Reds batting here in the home half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Pitch headed down and away.
It's almost midnight, Donnie.
Almost a new day.
Eric Clapton said after midnight everything's going to be all right.
Almost time for breakfast. First strike.
B.B. King in the Midnight Hour. Great song. Midnight Run, great movie. Charles Grodin, Robert De Niro. Midnight Express.
Swing and a miss, and there are 2 outs in the 8th inning. So a line out and a strikeout, 2 away, and it brings up Joey Votto.
That's a nice slider right there by Trey Wigginter. You know, a lot of really good power sliders go to 10. His goes to 11. Wipeout pitch.
Joey Votto tonight 1 for 4. Singled back in the 1st inning. Always wanted to work with Bobby De Niro, never had the chance.
Oh, Bobby, really?
Films, yeah.
Yeah, you and him are that tight, really? Okay.
In between scripts right now.
Yeah, okay. That's funny.
This will miss. 2-0. 99. Trey Wigginter. Foul back to the backstop, 2-1. It's been an unusual night. Joey Votto has struck out 3 times in this game.
46th time that Joey Votto has struck out 3 times in a game, and we aren't doing new day.
September 8th.
Midnight Blue, Lou Gramm, great song. It's either Cherry Red or Midnight Blue. That's what my father always said.
Ball 4 and Votto down to first base. A 2-out walk. So 2 down. Votto at first base and Scooter Gennett coming up. Gennett 0 for 4. He struck out twice, grounded out, lined out.
Midnight at the Oasis. Great song.
Gennett starting the night leading the National League in batting average at .320. Does not have a hit tonight. And fouls this one back to the screen. A pinch runner at first base for Joey Votto. Brandon Dixon is pinch running. Two homers, 84 runs batted in for Gennett on the year to go along with that hefty batting average. Down 0-2.
Did your mom and dad let you stay up at night, like midnight, New Year's Eve, to ring in the new year when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just wondering. Did you ever watch the midnight special? Look at these kids. How jacked are those guys? Dude, it's past midnight and we're at the ball yard. Kids tying knots.
Gennett fouls it off, still 0-2. High, 1-2. Schebler lined out to begin the inning. Peraza struck out. Walk for Joey Votto, but Dixon running for him at first base. Scooter Gennett down on the count, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Wingenter gets him to end the 8th. We head to the 9th, 12-6 Cincinnati. Opening in 2019 is Saquon's brand new 300-room resort and hotel by Car Shield. And by RCP Block and Brick. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. Now it's on to the 9th inning, 12-6. Reds have the lead over the Padres. Jackson Stevens into the game.
Well, just a quick, solid inning is what Jim Riggleman is looking for from this right-hander, as the Reds lead it big here in the ninth. Last chance for San Diego. Stevens always going from the stretch. 23rd game for the right-hander. And you look at those splits, 323 lefties, 351 righties. A chance for him to, you know, be aggressive with his pitches and see if he can get a nice 1-2-3 inning. High ERA of over 6.
Well, Dixon stays in the game after pinch running for Joey Votto at first base defensively. Here is Franmil Reyes to lead it off in the top of the ninth inning. Breaking ball. Reyes doesn't chase, and it's a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Also have a new second baseman, Blake Truhaw, in the game. Saw him pinch hit in last night's game, so new right side here for the Reds. Truhaw at second, Dixon at first. On the ground to shortstop, moving to his right. Peraza. The throw is good. That's out number 1 of the ninth inning. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by RCP Block and Brick. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. One out in the ninth. Freddie Galvis, 1-for-3. Pops it up foul, off to the left, out of play. Freddie struck out in the first, struck out in the fourth inning, singled to center in the seventh. Two and two. Stevens, the fourth arm used tonight by Jim Riggleman. Sal Romano went an inning, giving up 2 runs, a 2-run shot by Eric Hosmer in the 8th. Now Stevens for the 9th. Galvis for the swing and a miss, strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. 2 down in the 9th inning. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Crooked numbers early where the Padres 2 in first inning looked pretty promising, but not the case. Keep 1-2-3 off base. Shebler, Peraza, Votto, 4 for 13, 2 walks. They've driven in 7 runs. Wow. So I did not do well tonight on the keys.
2 down in the 9th inning. Manuel Margot. Two-hit night tonight, a single and a double. Also driven in a run. It's a ground ball left side. Third baseman Suarez with a double pump and a throw that's in time to end the ball game. So after a 2-hour and 37-minute rain delay tonight, the Reds go on to beat the Padres 12-6, the final, as they take game 2 of the series. Padres Live is next. Mike Pomeranz, what's in store?